While it's still the early days of VR, we are starting to see some fabulous demos and really promising future titles. Since we're sponsored by Samsung Gear VR today, I thought we'd take a look at 5 of the most promising and exciting VR-supported titles. A lot of VR headsets are looking pretty unwieldy at this stage, but once you're out in space in your very own ship, chances are you'll stop noticing that. Valkyrie has been one of the games leading the charge to prove that VR can be more than a dumb gimmick. The intergalactic space dogfighting game takes place within the pre-established world of EVE Online, a game more often populated by hotshot economists than ace pilots. The game will be playable on PlayStation VR and will launch with the Oculus Rift. If your VR cravings stem from wanting to fly around space and take on foes while fully immersed in the game world, this one is promising to deliver just that. While Crytek games have been hit or miss in the past, their game worlds are generally consistently gorgeous, so getting to explore one in VR is pretty damn tempting. Robinson the Journey will be making use of the CryEngine to treat us to what will surely be one of the best looking VR experiences out next year. Not to mention that the game utilizes a prehistoric setting filled with awesome natural sights and plenty of dinosaurs. You'll play as a young boy who's landed on a mysterious planet and begins to venture about. Crytek has also hinted that they're looking to incorporate haptic gloves and other similar accessories into the game. Fortunately, since you play as a little kid, one of those haptic sensations is unlikely to be you getting chomped on by a dinosaur. Earlier this year, PlayStation showed off their demo for VR team shooter Riggs Mechanized Combat League. The virtual reality edition actually kind of makes sense in the context of this colorful shooter, since it's mech-based. So you'll be getting into some kind of gear either way. The first-person sporty shooter looks fast-paced and frantic, and if anything, it'll be fascinating to see how a fast-moving multiplayer game that requires precision holds up in virtual reality. Controlling your mech involves you aiming and shifting the direction of your suit by looking in that direction. So we'll have to see how those prone to motion sickness are going to handle this one. Insomniac Games, the creators of Ratchet & Clank and Sunset Overdrive, appear to be trying their hand at creating a third-person adventure game for the Oculus Rift called Edge of Nowhere. Mechanically, this game will let you move the camera with your head while presumably using traditional controls. Like many of the VR offerings we're seeing crop up, this one also wants to scare the pants off you. The narrative centers around Victor, an unlucky bloke who's stuck scaling the wintry wilderness of Antarctica, and faces off against the environment, some fearsome beasties, and the terrors of his hallucinations. Now for this last game, I have cheated a little since it's actually officially out, and so we know a lot about it. That said, it is fantastic and well worth your time. I have to commend Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes for doing something completely off the wall and different. Keep Talking is a 2-player game where one player consults a very dense 20-odd page manual to help disarm a randomized bomb that the other player is looking at in virtual reality. While this is also a fantastic game without VR, tensions are certainly higher when one player is in VR, feels completely trapped with the bomb, and doesn't really want to get all virtually exploded. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes may be smaller in scale than other VR titles, but it is extremely fun and will surely make or break your friendships by testing your communication skills. Let me know down in that comment section what VR experience you're most excited for right now, and I will catch you again next week.